I think I think it's the autism. I think I have to have it reworded. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Maybe we could go on like an easier topic, but I still want to talk about this. I'm so
Hmm.
sorry, you guys.
You're doing all right, Sailor. I'm generally just asking, could we exist without a god or a mind intending us to?
Um, oh shoot. Personally, I don't know.
I don't know is a great answer. It's a wonderful answer. Um, does it matter to you if your beliefs are true or not?
Um, for me, it really doesn't matter because I don't care what other people believe. Like they can believe what they want, and it's not a big deal because they have their beliefs and what religion is or what they believe, and I have mine, and I think that's the way it should be. Like everybody should just believe what they want to believe and stop trying to convert people.
It, hmm. Can you think of anything that might convince you that there is no God and that things just exist as they are through not random but some kind of just happenstance?
I can honestly say no. I that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a fair answer. Something to think about, one to
Mhm.
take away maybe.
Yeah.
Do you believe things were created the way the Bible says?
Um, like what? Like that God took a rib from Adam and made Eve.
Yeah, like a whole 6 day creation, uh,
Um,
the Adam and Eve story.
Not that you mentioned it, I'm starting like I'm not having doubts, but I'm really starting to wonder like if he did that so it so God made the world in like 6 7 days, right?
6 day and then a day of rest.
Yeah. And then so if he did that, how how do we know he did that? Because yes, it's in the Bible, but it's not like written down from somebody, if that makes sense.
Who do you think wrote that story, the
I have
first
no
chapter of the
idea.
Bible?
I honestly don't know.
Is there a good reason to believe a story if you have no idea who even wrote it?
Mm-hmm. Wait, is there a reason to believe? No, no, there's not.
Could the stories all be made up to fill in the gaps where ancient people just didn't have answers?
I mean, they could. Um, I've heard of things. I've heard of people bringing the dead back to life or healing somebody that can't, that's not like, that can't be done by a doctor.
You say
That,
you've heard of people bringing the dead back to life.
yeah. It's on, God, it's on a couple websites that I've seen. There was this person
Are
put
you
out.
sure that this is actually something
Oh,
that happened and not something someone
no, I am
made
definitely
up?
sure.
Because it's on a website.
Mm-hmm. There's multiple
Can
resources.
can people not um, lie about things like that?
I mean, they could. Like, there's video. Some of it's video proof.
Video proof of what?
Like somebody being pronounced dead for like 17 minutes and then being brought back to life without any brain damage. Because the oxygen is, or the brain is conserved of oxygen. What's that word? The brain is, oh my god, I can't think of it. Not allowed oxygen for 17 minutes, and if you're brought back, that person basically would be like really, really, really fucked up. And that person said would be okay.
How do you know that their brain was deprived of oxygen for the whole time?
Because you're like you stop breathing, your heart stops.
How do you know that it was 17 minutes without a were there no interventions made for those 17 minutes?
There could be. There could be.
So could there be some oxygen still getting to the brain for a short period?
Mm, yes. No.
No, it couldn't narrow that 17 window
Hold
down
on.
to something else.
Well, I mean, if someone's like deprived of oxygen for 17 minutes and they have, because people are only limited certain tools, certain medical supplies, and then you have to like, so, okay, so say somebody like stop breathing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take like 2 minutes for an ambulance to get there. They have to go through
Mm-hmm.
traffic. They have to go through that, and it can take a bit. It can take a while, depending on how far the emergency vehicles are from that
How do
person.
you know how long that their brain was actually without oxygen?
Because somebody's keeping track.
Somebody's keeping track. Who's keeping track?
The person that found them unresponsive. I don't know.
So you haven't questioned deeper. Is there any possibility that these cases that you're talking about aren't actually brains without oxygen for more than a few minutes? Is it any possibility that these cases are not actually people being brought back from brain unalivement, but clinical unalivement?
um, I think so.
You think it's possible?
I mean, it could be. Because like if the person's pronounced dead and they somehow see that the person's alive again after a set amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
or they do everything they can, then yeah, it could possibly be another uh, higher power.
I don't have any more questions for the moment.
Okay, I'm so sorry. My answers weren't really that great. I'm trying.
Morgan or Kat, do either of you have any questions for this guest?
I don't think so. Not at this time, no.
Well, thank you for having me up.
Yeah, Sailor, appreciate you coming up. I hope you get some rest. And if you do
I hope so
feel
too.
better soon, I would love to
Thank
question
you.
you again. I think there are some areas where I would definitely continue to question, but I do feel like, it, well, being sick add doesn't make it easier to get questioned this deeply.
Hello.
Water, can I get your age for TikTok TS?
Sure. Please don't mind the dogs in the background. My age is 40 years old, male, currently living on Eastern Standard Time, so I just woke up. So if y'all are staying up all night, I apologize.
The only thing I would ask is if you at least mute when you're not talking, because the dogs in the background are quite
Yeah.
noisy. So do you have a belief in a god or God's higher power or anything like that?
I honestly believe that there's something, but exactly what I cannot directly state. I'm kind of mixed, if that makes sense. I grew up Christian in a Southern Baptist type belief system, then joined the military, began to question things, and so I interacted with some Wiccan, occultic, pagan individuals, the ones that I was able to get around, if that makes sense to you. And then more or less went back to Christianity, interacted with pagan, no, Christian. Then came back from Iraq, had some, I'd probably say, spirits or demons interacting with me in terms of curses. After
Water, do
that,
you currently believe in a god?
I believe in a being, deity, but a specific name, not so much.
What is deity?
Some power or entity that I have no control over, but yet they.
Can you back off of your microphone just a little bit? Like you
Yes,
keep moving
sorry.
the phone closer and farther and making a
I
lot of noise with it.
sorry, trying to put the stuff on my dog so that they can roam outside, since they seem to want to do that, so that it'll be less noisy. If that makes sense. So, okay. So the main thing is I believe that something's out there, but exactly what or how, I don't have a concrete answer to.
Sure, you believe there's something out there. Do you believe it is a creator of all and that it is somehow responsive to your prayers, has wants for you?
From time to time, yes, but not based off of my wants, but off of their wants.
How can you know its wants?
That's the whole thing. I don't.
Why do you believe this?
Because there's been times in my life that I'm like, show me a sign that you're there, and stuff of that nature, that they surely do show me something, and other times that it's like they don't do anything. So
If sometimes things seem to be in a line with your questioning or your prayer, and sometimes nothing happens at all, is it possible that the times things line up is just coincidental?
I don't. No, I find that hard to believe.
Possible at all?
I don't think that is possible, that it does not line up.
Why?
Too many things are of irony that would happen.
Can you give me an example?
So when I was a kid, I would be walking to a local fish pond, right? That I don't know what is in there, if that makes sense to you. But I'm like, let's try this, let's try that, and so it's like a whatever. And so one day, I'm like, hey, let me catch this size fish, this type of fish, this length, weight, and all that, whole breakdown, right? And by the time frame that I leave the pond area for the day, and as I say all this, I'm like, okay, if you want me to be bigger than this group of people, if you want me to be more well known than this type person, right? I'm like, let me catch this said fish, this said size, this said length, weight, and everything. In the process of that going on, I actually caught that fish, and so I've also got an aunt.
Okay, just to stop
Sorry.
before we continue with the big,
Yeah.
literal big fish story.
Sure.
You prayed to catch a fish, and you caught the size fish that you prayed for.
Sure. Yes. Yeah, I would not necessarily say pray, but more or less like walked and talked type thing. If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. What is walked and talked?
Like just walking in a casual manner, looking with my eyes open, but still just
What do you mean
talking.
walking with your eyes open? What are you talking about?
Like
just
more.
Not bumping into walls. Is this a metaphor?
No,
What do you mean
like
walking with your eyes open.
Like this is as in I am. How do I say it? Like if I'm walking around like a gym track or something of that nature, right? And then you hear people like talking on the phone type concept, while they're walking. I'm more or less talking kind of like that, but without hearing something reply directly back to me, if that makes sense.
Can you speak more plainly? I'm not
none
really
of this makes any
understanding.
fucking sense.
Sorry, so what I'm saying is I talk to who I believe in. If I'm by myself, it is not. I do not have to be in a solitary position with my hands in a single shape or form, or with my eyes closed. Just directly, I will be like, if I'm, example, I could be lying on the couch, watching a show or whatever. And I'm like, it would be amazing if ABC took place, and that would, for me, be me talking to the being, deity, whatever you want to call it. So I could do that sitting down. I could do that standing. I could do that jogging. I could do that walking. I could do that swimming. It does not matter. Does that make sense?
Not really, no.
How?
What was the question that was asked?
Could it be because you had a certain type of love and only...
That's not the question that was
sorry.
asked. What was the question that was asked to you just a moment ago? Stop reading the comments.
Sorry. To be honest, I don't remember. I think
you were answering it, weren't you?
The question is, what did I mean? Like, how can I talk and walk or something, I guess? like I'm not sure how that question was even being asked as this is being said.
Can you question your beliefs?
Exactly. How do you mean question? Because I'm constantly seeking for confirmation of it, but I'm not so
So
sure.
just confirmation.
Yes, I constantly seek for confirmation.
Do you know what confirmation bias is?
Can you state your definition of what that means?
He asked if you know what it is.
Well, so a confirmation bias is more or less like whatever happens, then that confirms something. Essentially, like even if it's a rare, so it could be a coincidence, and someone could say, "Oh, well, that's confirmation bias." It's kind of like saying, for example, if there's confirmation bias, it would be like saying, well, the news forecast says that it's going to rain today. So God, if you're real, let it rain today, and that would be a confirmation bias. So that is what I understand to be a confirmation bias.
That's an example. I think I understand from your example.
But I am one that I will.
Do you think that it's possible that you use a confirmation bias in that way? Maybe not to the extreme of your weather example, but something like that.
I would argue no, because I had no knowledge that there would be that type of fish in that type of pond, or that size length and that size weight.
Did you record your wish before you prayed? Or I'm sorry, went fishing?
No, because I was a little kid and I was just walking and talking at the same time.
How old were you?
Maybe 6, maybe 7.
So at 6 or 7, you were walking and talking and just said out loud how big a fish and what kind of fish you were going to catch.
Yes.
And you remember this vividly.
Yeah.
Do you know what memory reconsolidation is?
To consolidate the memories you have, to basically make it so that way it all merges together to the same. To make it so that way the memory matches what you think it said.
Not quite.
Okay.
Can you stop fidgeting with your phone?
Sorry. I'm trying to get into position where the dogs aren't going to be trying to make me move around too. All right.
Thrayle,
Yeah,
can I?
please.
Yeah. So is it possible that these memories or experiences might not be totally accurate to what happened, and might it be a way for your brain to rationalize some of the things you've seen or dealt with?
To what degree?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you said, is it possible that you could rationalize things based off of the belief system, right?
Right. So, is it possible that your memories, you have used these memories as a way to rationalize a belief system, or as a way to confirm a belief system that helps you rationalize some of the things you've experienced in your life?
Even though I've said such stuff in the past as a kid, if that makes sense to you.
How old are you? I'm sorry.
I'm now 40.
And so this fish experience was, you said you were 6 or 7. Are you certain that over the last 30 some odd years, 34 years or what have you, that you could not have somewhere along the way like misremembered the memory? So the memory recall thing Thrayle was talking about, so every time you recall one of these memories stored in your long-term memory, you're not recalling the memory, you're recalling the last time you remembered it. So it's like a game of telephone, eventually.
So with that being said, I remember that because the same day, so I actually was a kid when that took place, but over time, if I'm making sense here, there's been like a constant reintegration of that being said type situations, shall I say, where
Is this a story that is told frequently at home?
no.
Do you recall the memory often or ever? When was the last time you thought about this?
Just earlier this morning.
Hmm. In memory reconsolidation, it's not just that it's the last time you remembered it and the last time you remembered it, but each time you remember it, you can remember it for a different reason, for a different detail, and alter those details in the memory. And so the next time when you remember it, that altered bit stays.
So everything that was being said at that time frame, it was more or less for notoriety and for to be able to have much impact.
Okay. Can you question this belief?
Sure, and I have in the past, and there's been
Can you question
reconfirmation.
this belief right now?
I'm telling you that I have, and that I constantly do.
Do you need this belief? What does this belief do for you?
It just gives a direction of a path, but there's other individuals since that time, talking 10, 20 years later, right, that have done like birth horoscope breakdowns that line up with the same thing stated when I was a kid. So
Why do you trust that?
because there's been a constant understanding that if it's not 100% accurate, that there's a percentage of accuracy of those being done that can be trusted.
If I were to read your tarot cards right now, would you believe whatever I said?
I'd have to know what your actual faith is behind it before I would just trust whatever you say.
Why does that matter?
Yeah.
Because someone could be doing it out of mockery.
I take my tarot practice very seriously.
As do I.
Without knowing you specifically, I'm not one trying to insult. I'm just one saying that I have to know the background, if that
So
makes
what
sense.
was your relation to the people who did the astrology readings for you?
The relation was someone that looked like they were pure in what they believed. And when I'm saying this, I was referring to like them doing the
So you didn't know them?
Personally, no. But with
So what's the difference between them and us?
if someone is trying to get others to, I guess, question or to reconfirm one's faith, it leads one to question
to believe that maybe they have the other person's best interest at heart and aren't trying to swindle them or give them run a grift on them. That's what it leads somebody to believe, right? That's what you were going to say?
I would kind of say the opposite. It could be that you could be saying, it could essentially be, I'm angry at whatever.
Have the ability to listen to the questions, or you just try to argue with every single one asked?
I'm trying to confirm what's going on. As I say this, I am.
I didn't hear the explanation. Maybe that would have clarified something, but I don't know.
You basically just called us the grifters.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking rude, but
yeah,
whatever.
It's pretty fucked up.
So he doesn't have the ability to question his beliefs, and he wants to be condescending and insulting. I don't know why he's even here. But if you do have the ability to question your beliefs, then go ahead and request on it.
I'm curious what belief system he thinks astrology is based off of.
It's really frustrating when like you really do have like complete strangers' best interest at heart and they accuse you of some malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it the question you asked was a good question, but he latched on to the method as opposed to the actual question.
Well, it was just a good parallel, you know?
I mean, comparable in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a believer with a belief in a god or gods, a higher power, or anything like that, who's capable of questioning their beliefs? That is what we're talking about. If you do have that belief of whatever kind, and you can question it, then go ahead and request up. We're not here to debate you or argue or burgle your gods. We're not here to whatever that last guest accused us of. We're just here to question, if you can, your beliefs. RC.
Hello. I'm here to question beliefs and chew gum, and I'm fresh out of gum.
What beliefs are you eager to question?
What is the necessity of pizza?
Well, since pizza is a sandwich, it's what is the necessity of sandwich, right?
Yes. And what kind... Oh, I did sign off, Z. I didn't say I'd be getting off TikTok, just off my own damn live. Yeah, I just came back from having my own live there, so it's like...
Straight into this one, that is, whenever I get off hosting, I'm like, please let me be away from TikTok for
I
a...
do that all the time. Oh, I'm done on my live. Who else is up?
Right. I've jumped in RC's live right after this.
I don't know, Thrayle.
It was a
But,
wild
like,
ride.
I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, it's like, yeah, sometimes if I'm still on, like, a little bit further on, it's like I sometimes find Thrayle in there. Like, yay. Yeah.
Usually if I'm hosting, Thrayle's on my panel sleeping.
You're not asleep, you're asleep.
Does he curl up in a nice little
You may get your opportunity tonight, actually. I think I may take a night off.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Take a
Yeah,
Friday
so
off.
what happens is Thrayle sleeps and takes a night off, so then I host, but then when he wakes up, he comes into my live, but he's not awake yet, and so he's just asleep on the panel, and every half hour, so I'm like, hey, Thrayle, are you awake? And he said, I'm not asleep, you're asleep. Clearly asleep.
I still ask questions.
Oh, great.
Just back into reality to ask a question.
I just don't have to pay attention for those puzzle pieces that the host gets, and I don't have to.
I always feel like he's like so content just sitting there.
I don't have to be responsible for who's on panel, how the conversation's going.
Yeah, I always feel like you're just like so contently just sitting there half asleep, just chiming in when you want to, not.
If you guys are able to question what it means to sleep on other person's TikTok lives, or you question your belief in God, please come up and talk to us.
That was a Thrayle. Okay, so Philly is the best, and then it's Thrayle, and then it's Hammy, and then it's me. And everybody falls somewhere in between. And that was somewhere between Thrayle and Philly, I think.
Hey, it sounds like you're stirring macaroni and cheese. Which...
Thank God, please mute.
I'm so sorry. It is, in fact, what was happening, though.
Very iconic sound. At least we could identify it. And if you can identify your belief in a god or gods, a higher power or anything like that, and you are capable of questioning it, then go ahead and request on it. I do find that...
Even if you can't, because there was somebody earlier who couldn't really identify, and we had a great conversation. Not Thrayle, he disappeared, but the rest of us did.
That was honestly a great conversation, too.
I was present, mostly. I heard the conversation while I had fried up eggs and toasted bagels.
Oh crap, on my other account. I'll go come back on my regular one.
Okay, bye.
We're on it with the background changes during that, I will say. That was very good.
Peak.
this one a lot. Also, you said, oh, it is Friday. You're going to take a Friday off? I'm going to host on Friday? That seems like a big responsibility.
That's scary.
I mean, it's just the number of drunks that come out. Hello, Warsi.
Hello.
What the fuck is the question?
What the fuck is the question indeed? What the fuck is what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is my kitty cat doing right now?
And I don't know. Morgan.
What I do?
What the fuck is the question?
My I don't know. Help.
What the fuck is consciousness?
Did you
I
ever
like
make
that
a
one.
what the fuck is soup yet?
No, I didn't do super sandwich yet. I know I need that. That's a big oversight.
I need that background to have the Thrayle character eating a sandwich.
Oh, like a nice little like a mountainous sandwich. just right there
Like
in
a
front of-
Scooby-Doo style sandwich.
I love this background too. All the brains in all the jars.
Well, there's a what the fuck is self also with a big brain.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
God.
like this one because this is like like Thrayle is sitting in my lair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that what your layer looks like? Just stacks of brains in jars.
Awesome sauce.
You walked away from the fun.
Weird. Yes, all the brains in all the jars.
All the right lobes in all the right places.
What the fuck is self?
That thing which makes us us.
But what is the thing?
The thing is
What is us?
the game.
Rude.
We're in here.
No.
No, but you all lost anyways.
Me to make sure he loses when I see him again.
I got you.
So us is consciousness. How do we know that's the case?
It is consciousness.
We're gonna get very dizzy.
We're going around in circles, huh?
Just
What is
brains in
existence?
jars in every direction.
See if we can get the little furry child to scream at us.
Furry child.
He's not feeling particularly screamy right now.
Sometimes I suspect Thrayle is just a skeleton in a flesh suit.
He's just a skeleton
Aren't we
in
all?
a skeleton suit. Can confirm, have seen face, has no flesh.
What the fuck is flesh?
An organ.
Is it? What's an organ?
A part of your body.
What's a body?
The thing you inhabit.
What does it mean to inhabit?
Be inside of.
What does it mean to be inside?
I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one without using inside in the definition, to be honest with you.
That is a great answer. I don't know. I think, therefore I am house.
Valid. I mean, your body's a temple, right?
Mine's more of a brothel.
I mean, I still decorate the walls.
Descartes can suck it, to be honest.
Yeah. There's a little thing between me and Joe, the Necumulist, where it's like, they say it's like, no, RC, put the Descartes down when you found him, and then I can no, we got Descartes at home. The Descartes at home. Centuries of psychiatric drawback.
Well, and the thing is I like solipsism, but I don't like the idea that, like, if you say nothing else exists, that you also say that you exist, because that seems arrogant.
Someone said my body's an ashtray. Damn.
Thrayle, I've been meaning to ask. I don't know what this whole Descartes before the horse business is.
It's a play on the name Descartes.
About like, oh, it means like a literal cart and a literal horse, doesn't it?
Don't put the cart
Yeah.
before the horse.
That's dumb.
I can't fathom.
Z with his fucking popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's a prompt. What the fuck is your belief, and why do you fucking believe it?
Fuck is God is a favorite of mine. Oh, what the fuck is God, Thrayle?
We don't have one already.
No, we have one. I just meant like on the screen.
Oh. Oh, I
So
like.
if you know what God is, we don't. So hit the request button and tell us about it.
Love the design on that god. And I love how the Thrayle and that one is just pissed. It's like the expression on that one is just Thrayle's just sick of your shit.
He usually is.
What? What was that sound?
Oh, that's a dog. Not my dog.
Non-existent soul. Damn. Well, I mean, with those glowing green eyeballs. They're not even eyeballs, they're just like orbs of light.
Yes, that weird wolf thing is wearing like a Princess Leia costume.
I didn't even notice that.
Don't look to Thrale's left.
No, I already. No, I mean, too late. I already spotted it. But like, I mean, I'm not a furry, so I wouldn't notice that thing like right away.
I just noticed it because I didn't know what the fuck it was.
What the fuck is furry fandom? Let's put that one.
No.
Damn.
Once again, if you know what the fuck God is, we want to know what the fuck God is. So, tell us. Request us.
If you
I really all 77 people in this room, like our regular listeners, that's awesome if it's true, but I don't know.
If you can question God's persona, please come up and talk to us.
Which one?
Damn.
Be so for real though, like.
Alright, Z, you contrary motherfucker.
The longer we sit in
You-
silence without a believer.
I don't know, we sat here for a while earlier.
It's true.
If you have a guess at what the poem's going to be about today, share it in the chat. And if you know what God is, or have a belief in God, and can question it, request up. That one was good, Thrayle.
Pretty decent. It was hammy or better.
It's that Hamburglar.
Hello, Billy. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
55.
Do you have a belief in a god or gods, higher power, or anything like that?
Well, actually, you know what? I came up just to ask you. So I went through the Discordia several times now. Do you have any more literature that you would suggest?
I'm not here to suggest literature for you, Billy. It was just in relation to the way you were expressing beliefs that night.
Yeah, that actually that was a good rabbit hole to go down. Well, I was just like looking for more information.
Have you read The Myth of Sisyphus?
Say again?
The Myth of Sisyphus.
No, but I will. Thank you for the
It's a
advice.
short
I'll check it out
read.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Billy-
I'll get into it.
Billy? Are
Oh,
you
yeah,
open to
yeah.
questions?
Sure.
May I, Thrayle?
Yeah.
You said you've been through the Discordia several times. What did you gain from it? What did you get out of it?
The main thing I got out of it is don't believe anything you read.
Why did you come here looking for more things to read?
That's a good question. Well, I was getting ready to have a hot dog for breakfast this morning, and I decided to come on here and try to find more literature.
Were you going to use bun?
No bun.
No bun.
No, hilarious. I mean hilarious.
As I've heard. Last time when I spoke with you, Thrayle, I was like into the Gnosticism, and I really read the Nag Hammadi over and over again, and the blah blah blah, and so now I'm deconstructing to a different. I guess I'm going to another place now, and so I'm just kind of going that direction, and so you said Sisyphus. Yeah, The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus.
Okay, that's going to be the next one I check out. I probably won't. I mean, I probably won't. I don't know, man. I'll get back with you. I hope I get something good out of it.
I think you might look at the Discordia in a different light after reading it.
Does it have anything to do with Eris throwing the golden apple into
Nope.
and then no, not at all.
Nope.
So it's a totally different part of it then.
Different part of Greek mythology.
Okay, I'm going to get into it.
Yeah.
So it's not about the
Camus is spelled
I
with
got you.
an S, by the way. Camus. Help you find what you're looking for.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. All right, I'll catch you later.
Later, Billy.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Should we be putting together a recommended reading list?
Yes.
I mean, there's this scriptorium. Is that what it's called? In the Batcolyte. The skeletal scriptorium. Or the source material page. That'd probably be better. Yeah, if I'm understanding the way Billy is going through things, we'll hear from him either before I end the live in the next, hour or less, or tomorrow or the next day, because it's a short read, but there's a lot to absorb there. Not a believer in a god or gods amongst them. But I do appreciate you guys getting us over 200,000, 212,000 likes. Appreciate all of you tapping the screen, sharing it out so that we get more on the FYP for people who might believe in a god or gods and be able to question them. Mm-hmm. Can see. Oh, I feel like we've spoken to this guest before, but Mr. Existence, can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
30 plus.
Do you have a belief in a god or god's higher power or anything like that?
I do have one belief, and yes, I remember speaking with you in the past. Thank you for having me once again. I'm just
Mm.
questioning furthermore.
What was that belief?
That belief was me believing in a higher power that designed everything that is around us. But obviously, I'm going through a period of deconstruction, and I've made some further research and obviously exploration. And I just want to question those most recent beliefs with Thrayle.
Mm. Um, well, the rest of the panel will likely ask you questions too.
Absolutely. I don't mind speaking with anyone else.
So is your God from any particular doctrine or scripture? Is it something that you just assumed is there?
So by indoctrination, it is the Christian God, in the Bible one,
Mm-hmm.
by indoctrination, and I'm questioning everything.
Do you have reason to believe that the Christian God is there aside from your indoctrination?
Mm. I don't have any specific reason for him to be there outside of the design of things,
Why do you think that things are designed?
because they're so beautiful when you behold them properly, and they just can't be circumstantial.
What do you mean by properly?
The way they're put together is just, it's almost like an architecture where someone has to design it and then say, "Oh, we're going to put this together." That's just my view right now. So I cannot deny the Most High, but as far as religion is concerned, I'm having a hard time buying into all
Why do
of
you
them.
say you can't deny the Most High? What does that mean?
When I say that I can't deny the Most High, it's something that is beyond my comprehension. So I just attribute it to the Most High because I don't understand it.
Is that something like a conscious being with agency, or
Yes, it is a conscious being with agency.
informs you of that?
My existence,
How so?
everything I feel, everything I see when I go to sleep, the dreams that I have when I wake up, and everything that I experience with the people around me. It's not it's it's not something that is just designed by Fugazi. I'm just throwing one word in between all that because I don't have a definition for it. It's just there has to be something that put it all together. But then what if I'm wrong? So I'm really questioning that too. That's why I'm here.
You keep saying there has to be. Why? Why does there have to be?
The reason I say there has to be something is because I don't understand it. So I attribute it to something that I don't comprehend.
Are you familiar with what the God of the Gaps fallacy is?
No, I am not familiar with it. Could you say it one more time, actually? I actually did not catch that.
The God of the Gaps.
Oh, the God of the Gaps. Okay, I've heard that term a few times. No, I'm not familiar with it though.
It's basically exactly what you just said. The things that you can't understand or explain, you fill with God.
I see. So the gap is defined as that specific entity, which we call God.
No, the gap is the things that you can't understand or explain. You fill that with God.
Hmm. So most people fill it with God.
I don't know what most people do.
Oh, sorry, Kat.
What I'm
Didn't mean to
saying
assume.
is like, do you, why would you fill, like, when you don't know something, why would you fill it with God?
I think it has a lot to do with the indoctrination because that's what I've always been taught growing up. So it's almost like if I don't understand something, I just attribute it to God and just leave it at that until it's proven scientifically.
What's wrong with saying I don't know?
There is nothing wrong with saying I don't know. That's actually the beginning of questioning yourself.
Then why not say that?
Well, you can't just say I don't know without actually pursuing an answer. So you can say I don't know, but at some point you have to actually stand up and be like, I want to figure out what the answer is to the best of my ability.
What if you can't ever know?
Oh wow. That sounds like a miserable existence then.
Hmm.
Complete turmoil. Perpetual turmoil actually. Because you can never find the answer that you really seek.
Perpetual turmoil because you can never find the answer you really seek.
Yes.
Does that have to do with your belief in God?
My current belief with God right now is very shaky. I would like to believe that there is nothing that made everything that is around me, but at the same point, I have it's like almost one foot in the door, one foot outside. And being lukewarm is not a pleasant place to be in. But I have to make a decision. I must. So is there a God? I don't know. I don't know.
Does it matter to you?
It does. Because the end game, at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, when my existence is no longer here, it will matter if I have to be accountable to somebody that has been keeping account of everything that I have been doing for my whole existence.
I think I cut Cat off. Go ahead.
I have a different question now. Shouldn't you be accountable to yourself and to the people around you?
I could be accountable to myself and the people around me. However, without the big father above, why would I care to be accountable to those people? Am I doing it just because I want to do it, or is it something that I must do?
I- I'm going to ask you that question. Why might you care to be accountable to those people?
Well, well, first of all, because I love them. I like to be around them. They're very close circle. I treat them in such a way.
Is that not enough?
For some reason, it's never enough for the God that I think exists. It's just never enough.
Here's a question. Why are you holding yourself accountable to something that you're not even sure exists instead of holding yourself accountable to yourself and the people that you love?
I think I hold myself accountable to something that may not exist, just in case. I think that's what it comes down to, just in case.
Is that a good reason?
It's a valid reason. It's not a good reason, but it's a valid reason.
It's the second time tonight I've had this exact same conversation, almost verbatim. Is it is that a true belief?
Well, apparently it's not true because I'm questioning it. So I'm just really trying to figure out if it's there or not.
Does something have to be untrue to question?
Yes, with enough evidence. If you can see something that is a little bit shaky and you question yourself, it's like, hmm, is it really what it's supposed to be? And then you start asking questions. But if some, go ahead, I'm sorry.
You were here.
So, since the last time I was here, I was really wondering when I go to different panels and I see, well, different religions, the Islams, the Hebrew Israelites, everybody claims that what they believe in is the only way. And if you don't follow their way, you will be in eternal fire and you are doomed to eternal damnation. And everyone is so adamant, they really believe into everything that they have to a point where it's just like anything outside of what I believe is wrong. And it 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 beckons the question within me, who's right, who's wrong?
What if nobody's right?
Hmm, that's a
Do you
very
feel
good
that
question.
type of conviction about any of these belief systems, including your own?
The conviction is not there because I like to be a free being. But then again, I learned so much from each one of them. But I'm not, you know, how do you say it without, I'm not like, wow, you have to bite your words on TikTok nowadays. I'm not like hard on it like that. I'm not hard on it like that.
You're not convicted about it.
Yeah, it just doesn't convict me that one group of people have all the answers and then that's the only thing because they're so adamant about what they believe that
So why do you have to fit yourself into a belief system then?
I would like to take my chances and figure out what really works and what doesn't work. I guess I'm just exploring, but I really want to find something that actually makes sense. The
What
I
if
don't.
you never find anything? What if you
Oh
never
wow.
know the answer?
Then that would be a miserable existence, and I'll have to find out at the end of my existence.
Would it be miserable because it would be miserable, or miserable because you made it miserable?
Not because I made it miserable, just because I lived it according to something that I thought was the truth. just to find out that, oh, it was never there. Something that has been tried by the multitude on a regular basis and has survived the test of time.
Are you suggesting that it is that which can be verified through consistent experimentation and results?
Yes.
Okay, so the scientific method got it.
Yes. Thank you, RCD, for articulating that for me, because that's really what I'm thinking.
No problem.
Find God in the scientific method.
It's really hard to find God in there, but usually when you go through a scientific method or you do your studies, when there's something that you cannot explain, if we want to go to the quantum side of things, which I'm not very smart at. I mean, I understand the basic of quantum. I'm not gonna claim that I'm a scientist in any way, shape, or form, but things change as they're being observed and things of that nature. It's just we'll put that in place.
What do you mean things change as they're being observed?
Oh, well, I think from my previous reading, which was many years ago, I think when it comes to the quantum realm, whenever things are being observed at that uh, scope, I guess whenever you observe, it changes in some way, shape, or form. I'm not really familiar with it, but they say that if you're not looking at it, it's different. But if when you're looking at it, for some reason, it just switches the way it looks.
I would read
I'm
up
not,
some more on that if I were you.
yeah, yeah, I probably should read up a little bit more on that, but that was many years ago, so I don't want to make that claim.
What have you deconstructed since you were last here?
Hmm. I don't want to read a book that can tell me that, oh, this is where you came from two people. And I want to put that book on the side, and I just want to live without feeling guilty about how I live my life. That's what I really deconstructed.
That doesn't necessarily answer the question I asked. I guess more specifically, what parts of that book?
The contradictions.
Can you be more specific, please?
Sure. For example, did Jesus exist? Yes or no? So if if I'm thinking that it did not exist, then the gospel is already nullified. Things of that nature. And
So
the
more so
Abra
looking for specific examples of whatever faith you're deconstructing.
oh, Christianity, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Christianity is what I'm speaking of.
Okay, yeah, just because there's a lot of different creation stories that start with two people, so.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's definitely Christianity, The just the to be specific, the King James version.
Okay.
Yeah. So just reading that and well, having heard all the other different versions that have been out there recently and the way it's translated and things just not making the puzzle full. So the deconstruction is coming to the point where I'm extremely doubting the existence of Jesus at that point, and that's the core of you know Christianity. So if so, I went to the point where I was doubting the whole existence of a God, but I'm right now I'm really deconstructing where it comes to is Jesus there? Was he even here to begin with? So that's where I am. And if he's not there, that nullifies everything that has to do with the Gospels. And I feel sorry for the Islamic people too, if that's the case.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any I don't have any further questions at this time.
All right. Well, thank you all for having me. I feel like I think I've overstayed my my visit.
Well, we weren't trying to show you the door. We're just trying to figure out what the right question is. It sounds like you're on a deconstruction journey and still trying to find out what exactly it is that you can confirm to say that you believe it.
Yes. I don't know what I believe in. I really don't know.
Are you afraid of non existence?
Not at all, actually. I am not. As I explained it to some of my friends yesterday, I don't remember where I was before I was born. Or if I want to be proper, before I were born. I don't know where I was. So I'm not afraid of non-existence at all. And if this way it all ends, so be it. But I'd much rather do without all the things in between that really don't matter.
Really quickly, I'm going to thank Insomnia, Jason, Michael Lead, also RC Desheen, Just What I Heard, Z Witch, and Cat the Witch. Thank y'all so much for I appreciate you for helping with the goal. It might be getting close to poem time. I'm already stumbling over words.
No time. No problem.
Um, what is it that... Oh, thank you, Freya. What is it that holds you most to believing that there is a God?
Eternal suffering.
Why would a God give you that?
Because he's all just and is the judge. And he doesn't make any mistakes, apparently.
Go ahead, RC.
No, I am not.
You're wrong, and there is no God. Okay, because if you're wrong and there isn't a God, then you lose nothing. But if you're wrong and there is a God, you suffer eternal damnation. But and a lot of people who are often afraid to let go of their faith because they're afraid of they're afraid of the latter eternal damnation. They often fail to consider the consequences of like other fates that could possibly be true. Like for example, like now by like you're afraid of like hell. Are you afraid of like the Christian hell?
Absolutely. It's terrifying.
Are you afraid of the Muslim hell?
It's the same. Oh, well, yeah, it
Not
sounds the same.
necessarily. Not. Are you afraid of the the Hindu hell or the Buddhist hell?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Are you afraid of the Duat or the Netherrealm or Tartarus?
Not familiar with it at all.
So the Duat is the Egyptian underworld, and Tartarus is like like the worst of the worst underworld in Greek mythology. Basically, like to re-simplify that question, are you afraid of the afterlife of the Egyptian, Greek, or any other paganistic like afterlife?
Yes, I am afraid of the judgment after my life has done its course. That's what
But
I'm most afraid of.
so you're not afraid of the other religious hells, but you're afraid of the Christian hell.
Because that's what has been indoctrinated within me. So that's the only one that I understand.
But so the same fear that you lack for the other hells, could you possibly, I'm not saying that wait, it's like I'm not trying like to challenge you to do this, but is it possible for you to imagine yourself having the same lack of fear for the hell that you believe in?
It's definitely a possibility, and I am working my way towards it. I don't think I'm doing a good job yet, though,
Why don't you feel that?
because of the way I carry myself. I still feel like I still have chains around my ankles. My hands are free, but I'm still carrying a few shackles of my old beliefs.
Where do you think those shackles stem from?
Hmm. Where do I feel those shackles stem from?
Are there aspects of your life or aspects of yourself that you're insecure or unhappy with?
I think it has a lot more to do with insecurity.
Okay. That's understandable. We all we all have insecurities in our lives here and there, and for many people who are theistically minded, those insecurities do, tend to take on that theistic form. Do you do you think God judges you?
Absolutely.
Do you
Well,
think he judges you
yeah.
harshly?
Harshly, absolutely harsh. Yes,
Why?
because the standard that God holds me to is almost unattainable. With all due respect.
Is it so? You're under the impression. So you think that God is judging you harshly? Are you sure that it's God judging you, or is it you judging you harshly?
Mm,
Do you think that's a possibility?
that is definitely a possibility.
I would like you to think about that.
Yeah, let me take a quick second. That's actually a very good question because sometimes I may be the one judging myself versus God judging me. And my misunderstanding of God may create all this confusion within me.
When I was young, I used to be Catholic, and it was actually fear of hell that actually got me out of Catholicism. I used to
Hmm?
I used to go to church every day after school when I was a teenager because I had such anxiety. Anxiety that I completely placed on myself. No priest, no family member, no community member. It was totally me and my anxiety that placed on myself that everything I was doing was such sin, such abomination that I deserved to be punished. I always had low self esteem in myself, and it was really low when I was a kid. So, literally, for my own mental sanity, I pretty much had to come to the conclusion it's like, okay, what am I doing this for? Am I doing this because, like, why am I praying and why I'm doing things I'm doing? Because I love God, because I'm afraid of, going to hell. It was definitely because of that. And with that, I thought to myself, you know, if I'm really that afraid of going to hell, and I'm doing like like these good things and trying to live morally to like for the sake of not trying to avoid that, then I'm being very dishonest with myself. I mean, if God's all knowing, he'll know that I'm basically just doing what I'm doing to save my neck, not out of like, sincerity from my heart. And so I'm like, I just can't do this. It's like it's if a God is all loving and is all understanding and all merciful, he'll know that this isn't healthy for me. Like that I can't live a happy, like a healthy, like focused life if I'm constantly worrying about, making a misstep or worrying that like I'm not enough or that I am not worthy of being happy, it be it in this life or the after. And it was literally for my own mental health that I had to basically step away from that and basically construct my own path.
Hmm. And when you constructed that own path, where exactly are you along that path?
So I'm now an atheist, but when I walked away from Catholicism, I didn't become an atheist at first. Throughout my entire teenage years, I was basically, you know, putting together my own identity as like a neo-pagan, like a new ageist, and I really got into the things that I'm into now, like astrology, tarot, divination. I'm really into that stuff. And I mean, I'm still into it now, but in a more secular approach to it. But it was really during that, sudden deconstruction and rebuilding myself in that image is what really created a lot of things and interests and talents that I had that really stuck with me well into my mid 20s, where I had my quarter life crisis and I realized, oh shit, not only do I not believe in a Catholic God, I don't believe in a God at all. And yeah, it was one of the most heartbreaking moments of my life because I felt like, oh crap, it's like I feel like everything I was building up until now was a lie. But after that, from age 26, like, well into my 30s, it was also liberating as well because now I got to once again rebuild myself with even better tools and even better understanding that I had now. I didn't have the anxieties and the hormonal, like craziness of the teenage years, but I also didn't have the inexperience and naivete of my 20s. So by the time I was reaching my 30s, here I am, much more confident in myself, much more sure of my path, even though, and do you know what that confidence is? That I don't know much of anything. The fact that I'm able to take a cold hard look at myself and say, hey, I actually don't know the answer. I actually don't have it all figured out. I actually don't know if there's a God or not. That in itself was very empowering for me. No shame, no guilt, no expecting reward or punishment, just being me.
Wow. Thank you so much for that answer. And yes, a lot of my current anxiety, as you mentioned earlier, is coming from me after the deconstruction, well, which I'm still going through, is building something new, like a new foundation. But is that foundation actually built on something that makes sense, or is it me just trying to repackage something that I've already adopted in the past? But you explained it so well just now that sometimes you just have to tell yourself, I don't know. And it's
Real.
okay.
I don't know is a beautiful answer because it's unarrogant, it's unpretentious, very, very honest, especially if you don't know. And even if deep down you actually do know the answer, but you just haven't realized it yet, I don't know keeps that door open for you so that you can continue seeking your answers and exploring your truth to the deepest depths that you can.
Bad. Thank you. Well, you've helped me so much. I'll take everything that you just gave me and I'll go ahead and think about it and I'll move forward from there. But thank you so much once again, Thrayle, especially RC Dasheen. Am I saying that right? RC Dasheen?
There's two ways you can say that I'll accept. You can say RC Deshane or RCD Shane.
RC Dasheen.
Yeah.
Pardon my accent. But yeah, thank you so much for your insight. I really appreciate it. Thrayle, thank you for having me
Appreciate your
once
mystery
again.
existence. Thank
I
you.
appreciate everyone on the panel, and I'm gonna exit. But yeah, I have a lot to think about for sure.
Absolutely. Keep asking questions. You're doing awesome. W's for Mr. Existence yet again.
Sorry, pretty much stole the spotlight.
No, you did great, Arce. You really did.
Because that's what I was trying to say to him this whole time, and I was not saying it in a way that he understood it, and you broke it down for it perfectly.
Yo. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
We did have a request, and they disappeared.
I just realized something. This is not God related. I turned 30 this year. We're in this year now that I'm.
We're in that year.
Welcome to hell.
Oh, that was so long ago.
The fuck is existential dread?
It's meatloaf. It's meatloaf with a side of potatoes. Roasted. Diced.
Also, thank you, Z-Witch, Delilah's Scissors, and Cat DeWitch for helping with that goal, and Hannah, of course. Thank you all so much. Appreciate y'all. Yes, James Handler. There's a Cash App link in my bio or in the Batcolyte's bio. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cat also has a Cash App somewhere.
I do not, but I have a Venmo in my link tree in my bio. Thank you. Thank you, Thrayle.
We're almost to 230 likes.
It's amazing. Well, I do appreciate you, James. Every little bit helps. I thank everybody who does help that way, and I understand exactly why you would do that instead of the gifting system here. So much appreciated. appreciate it.
It's a link tree, right, Thrayle?
Yes. Well, good afternoon, Amoria. Did you mean to join us? I'm gonna guess you probably
I
didn't.
don't think so.
Go ahead and mute you for just a moment, just for your own privacy.
But if you can hear me, give Sugar a kiss for me.
I'll set you back down. You were on the panel, yeah. If you meant to be here, Amoria, you're welcome up, but I set you back down just in case it was an accident.
Nothing to be sorry for. Except if you don't give Sugar a kiss for me.
That can be how it is for a lot of people, James. And, you know, for some people it makes sense to wait a few days or to think on the main questions and see how you'd answer them. You've heard a lot of the questions we've asked so far of our guests. How would those sit with you?
W230.
I ate half a chicken just now. Nah, it was already cooked.
I think it might be that time. Oh, I mean, I'm sleepy enough that I'm coming up with jokes about cooked feathers, so we're just gonna not say we did. And thank everybody for being here. I really appreciate you guys coming up and well, sitting with me even through the silences while we waited for someone with a belief, anyone. But it's just that time, I think.
I think so. By the way, thank you, James.
Absolutely, thank you. And if oh, I almost did it. Yep. I was about to invite somebody else up, but I don't think I got another question in me. Not until I sleep again. And still, I think I'm gonna take tonight off. So I'll pop around to a panel or two, I'm sure. But thank you all for being here. Thank you for being the best audience on TikTok, for asking great questions, for being so respectful in the chat. Thank you to the mods for helping keep all the ones that weren't in line. And thank you to everybody who fell asleep, everybody who tapped the screen, everybody who shared the live, everybody who's just here being amazing and asking questions and just being a part of this awesome community.
Thanks for having it.
I'm not uncomfortable at all.
Not even remotely.
It's interesting. Maybe you are the one uncomfortable, Big Broby Man, but thank you for letting me know. And thank you for voicing your concerns in the chat about how uncomfortable it makes you.
Okay, Big Broby Man. Okay, that is not what I read at all.
Broby, yeah, he's
Yeah,
actually requested up, but
because like I totally misread that screen name in a different way.
Yeah, no, I see what you're
there's
picking
an
up.
R,
Then.
yeah.
Yeah.
He says, stop talking.
Beat me
like
to
it's-
it.
Like it's
I'll you beat me to it.
Yep, can't even see it now. Good, because I think it's time for poetry, and he's welcome to stick around and listen. Somewhere in here, there it is. No, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Thank you, RC, for being here. Appreciate you as always. Great questions. thank you, Morgan. I appreciate you. I didn't even give you a chance. Oops. Dropped before you could say a word. And thank you, Kat. Appreciate you as always. And I thank you all. If you want to see what we get up to behind the scenes between the lives, to join the community, there is a Discord link in the link tree in my bio or in the Batcolyte's bio. Either one will take you there. It is that first link. You'll want to make sure that you read the rules when you get there. And if you agree to them, well, then you should find out that you're not alone. And if you stumble across the Venmo or the Cash App link in that link tree and you want to show your support that way, well, I absolutely appreciate it. Truly, thank you to everybody who helps that way. It does make all the difference. And I think there's really only one thing left. We borrow names for thunder in the dark, and swear the echo answers when we pray. We trace our fears like symbols in the bark, then call the carving truth and walk away. We kneel to stories older than our bones, mistaking age for proof and myth for sight, building our homes from unexamined stones, then cursing the cracks that let in too much light. Each too much light. We say the world was meant to look that way, as if intent written in the dust. But meaning wanes the moment that we say the cosmos owes our hunger something just. What if God survives your questions asked aloud? What spirits fear your careful, steady gaze? What truth requires the shelter of a crowd? Why does it dim when tested instead of growing when we can't explain? And holy when it will not tolerate doubt. Yet every claim that panics under strain is all demanding we opt out. The mind wants patterns, even in the noise, a face in flame, a whisper in the rain. But wanting sense does not confer a voice, nor turn coincidence into a cosmic chain. What exists still stands when stripped of creed, the weight of stone, the pulse beneath the skin. No oath required for fire to burn or us to bleed. No scripture keeps the planet of squire. No scripture keeps the planets pinned with truth is real, if truth is real, no threat, no promise after death, it holds when I examine it, and you, surviving every honest and mortal breath. So let the idols crack beneath the why. Let certainty be earned, not merely kept. The answers worth respecting do not hide when questioned. They invite a deeper step. What's left is not despair, but solid ground, a world that is, not one we're told to believe. No hidden hand, just wonder newly found, and minds unchained enough that they might see. And on that note, until the next time that we meet in darkness and seek wisdom together, I love you all. Take care.